Welcome in as we look back on this year's college football national championship. Michigan took on Washington, and the Wolverines were looking for the team's first national championship since 1997. Washington, on the other hand, trying to bring home a win in this big game for the first time since 1991. Michigan pulls it off in a big win, a big celebration in Houston. Tyler Segerman and Chase Bachman were there.
The perfect ending to a perfect season. Michigan national champions for the 12th time in program history and the first time since 1997. The early headlines, hell yes. That's probably the best way to describe the emotion right now.
Tyler, I mean, I can't even begin to, unpack all the chaos, the joy, just fulfillment and satisfaction of Michigan fans to finally see, after all these years, after everything, not just 1997, but to go through the struggles that this program has gone through, to go through, 2020, the COVID season, to go through, all the different things that have happened, the allegations about this team, everything that they've gone through to get to this point, and to finally come out at the end of the 2023 season, national champions, 15-0. I don't think that anyone could ask for a better ending to this season if you're a Michigan fan.
Yeah, and the crazy part is they didn't have to shy away from their identity. 229 yards in the first quarter alone helped set the tone. That's a CFP record, and it really made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how good the rushing attack for this Michigan Wolverine team is. I mean, over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 from Donovan Edwards in that first quarter. I mean, he was absolutely on fire, and I don't think a lot of people were expecting that out of Donovan Edwards. Blake Corum then caps things off. I mean, puts this game on ice with his 2 touchdowns near the end. I mean, you got exactly what you wanted from your star players. I mean, in terms of a ground attack, I don't think you could have asked for anything better from, if your head coach, Jim Harbaugh, if your offensive line coach, offensive coordinator, Sharon Moore, I mean, you have to be excited for what your offensive line, for what your running backs did today on the ground.
Yeah, nearly 30 years. This program has been waiting. This team has been waiting. These fans have been waiting. As you can imagine, given the season they've had, a lot of emotion after this game.
It's just unbelievable. I said in a few other interviews, man, we worked all season for this, Ever since that TCU game last year, we really took that to heart, and I feel like we're reaping all the benefits from that.
This team is different, brother. Our preparation is different. Our attention to detail is different. Everything we do day in and day out, the way we attack practice, the way we handle meetings, the way we communicate with each other, the way we bond, the way we created a family, bro. That's what won us the national championship.
Yeah, they can say, like those 2023 Wolverines, they're going to be talking about forever. So, left it all out there. And something's different about this team, man. Even those teams before us, that's all led to this.
Everybody be hating, and you know what I'm saying? All he do is coach football. All he do is make sure we in the best position to win. And he deserves everything that come with this, man. Shout out Coach Harbaugh. I love you, man.
I just think because of the leaders we have. You know what I mean? The leaders that we have that came here, they know what they want to do. They've been there. They lost 2 CFPs, and they weren't going to let it happen again. Like, we had so many guys who just refused to lose.
Obviously a special night for the University of Michigan. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, this season has been just up and down for them. It's been different. It's been special. The players have said it, as you heard, all season long. It's just so surreal. The big question now, does Jim Harbaugh stay? Does he leave? How does this win affect that? Obviously, like you said, a big offseason coming in for Michigan.
Yeah, and I think that's something that they're going to worry about in a little bit. Harbaugh said, it's just good to have a future.
Right.
He's just happy to wake up the next day, and obviously, he wants to give you coach speak sometimes. But, I think that's really true in this instance. You really want to savor what this is. I mean, look at all of us around. I mean, Michigan is the national champion in college football. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, I'll do it. Make sure we don't have confetti in our feet. We've been
we
walking around.
Snow angels, Tyler.
There we go. Yeah, we'll do some snow angels. But obviously, there's going to be a lot of celebration back in Ann Arbor throughout the week. I'm sure there'll be a parade. We'll be there covering that for you. But for here in Houston, once again, Michigan national champions after beating Washington on Monday night.
This was the 3rd year in a row the Maize and Blue made it into the college football playoffs. This year's semifinal location in southern sunny California to face the Crimson Tide in the iconic Rose Bowl.
Grow up in Michigan, Ohio, probably Pennsylvania, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, that Midwest area. You'd grow up watching the Rose Bowl, New Year's Day. I mean, there's a couple feet of snow outside, and you're like laying on your stomach in front of the TV, your hands like that, looking at palm trees. You want to be there.
I'm enjoying the scenery, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a blessing and a business trip. So, you know, it's nice to enjoy things, but, you know, I'm also here for a reason. And, you know, after we, you know, complete our mission, then we can have fun.
I think it's also a business trip this year, and just more so like you can't come here 3 times in a row and lose 3 times in a row. That's just not a good look, and I think just everyone's more hungry on both sides of the ball, and even on special teams. Everyone is just so dialed into everything that we have to do to be able to win this game. So I think that's what's so much different about this team than it was last year.
You know, visualizing it on a day-to-day basis, putting in the work behind it, because, you know, you can't just dream about it and not do anything about it, because those dreams will be left on the pillow. Everything that happened this past year is all manifested it, not just those words that I said. And, you know, it's been a tremendous journey, and I'm extremely blessed to be on it.
The team's mindset since last January, since after that game last year, there's been a one-track mind in everything everybody's done, and the way that the coaches, the players, Coach Harbaugh has prepared. Our goal has to get to this point and then get to the next one, but we know what we have to do, and we know we got a big challenge ahead.
The hay's never in the barn for us. We never think of it that way. So things to clean up, polishing the diamond, as we like to say. You know, make the most of this day. You know, wake up tomorrow and everybody has their own approach to game day. Go through our routine and then get to the stadium, and then you gotta, you know, it's like new. You're in a new setting, and it takes 5 or 10 minutes to adjust. But you know, at some point you gotta lock in and you gotta get the rhythm. I never worry about our guys once the game starts, because I know that they're going to react and do what they do.
A sea of maize and blue and crimson and gray floods Pasadena on the eve of Rose Bowl 2024. Head coaches Jim Harbaugh and Nick Saban spoke for the last time today before the New Year's Day game and said they're looking forward to just getting their teams on the field.
That's kind of long gone for me. It's just, you know, my joy, my ecstatic joy is for our players and our coaches and our fans and our families, that they get to experience that joy of being a champion.
Having the month that we had to prepare, you know, I just wanted to leave no stone unturned. You know, going back to 2017, 2018, 2019, all the way up into the present moment, just, you know, making sure that I was locked in on all cylinders in every situation, fourth quarter, overtime, fourth down, and that big completion to Blake, you know, just everything about it was just making sure I was the most prepared guy on the field so I can go out there and help my teammates the best I can.
It's been a fun ride this season. The Wolverines were unbeaten heading into the national championship, and that includes a 3rd straight year with a win over the Ohio State Buckeyes, then a victory over Alabama in the Rose Bowl. Tyler Segerman and Chase Bachman talked to fans flying to Houston to see the #1 team in college football.
The migration south is underway as the college football playoff national championship game nears kickoff. As you can imagine, a lot of excitement built up, and you can see we are ready to go here in Detroit. Chase, any initial thoughts before we take off for Houston?
As you can imagine, not too far from Ann Arbor, so a lot of guys wearing their maize and blue, and if the Rose Bowl is any indication, going to be a ton of Michigan fans out there.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a ton of Michigan fans on this plane, and we caught up with quite a few of them. Here's what they had to say.
I mean, this is like going to the Super Bowl, but, you know, for college football.
I'm not originally from Michigan, but I went to school in Michigan, and this is the first time in my fandom that they've gone this far, so I'm pretty stoked.
Excited, a little nervous about Washington, but I'm pretty excited. I think we can pull it out.
In Jesus' name, this is our season. Like, Michigan, it's been years in the making. I've had 2, like, past New Year's, just feeling like so sad, defeated. My whole family hated me, so I was in a bad mood. But for the first time in a long time, I am so happy.
I've got my free Harbaugh t-shirt in the bag that I'll be wearing at the game. But I think it is a culmination of, as Harbaugh says, who's got it better than us? No one.
Watching them the last 2 years losing on New Year's Eve was just not good. And now that we finally pulled it through, better win it all this year.
This is huge. Where we were at in 2020, winning 2 or 3 games, and now to turn it around and be here and the opportunity. And then watching them drub Alabama last week.
As soon as we got back from Cali, that was all we could think about. Just like go our school, our team would go to the national championship while we're still students here. It's like, are you crazy? We can't miss opportunity. We had to go.
The anticipation is surreal. You can feel how special this experience is for those who support the Maize and Blue. Me and Chase are going to be in Texas all weekend long, providing you guys coverage through the game, before the game, after the game. Looking forward to it. And as we're talking, we actually just found another Michigan fan sitting next to me. What is your name, sir?
I'm Connor.
Connor, and then you recently graduated from Michigan.
Yeah, I graduated in 2022.
Okay, so obviously we're sitting, getting ready to go take off for Houston. What's the excitement level?
I'm so excited. I think this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to see them in person. I was like, I gotta fly down to Houston and see them.
Absolutely. Well, Connor's ready, I'm ready, Chase is ready, Noel. We're gonna take off, but I'll send it back to you in the studio.
The fan support continued on the ground. Optimism filled the air, but the Wolverines hadn't even taken the field yet. Tyler and Chase spent the eve of that game hearing the hype.
We are here in downtown Houston at Fan Central. Anticipation continuing to rise before kickoff tomorrow night, but first, a lot of activities here for the fans to enjoy.
Yeah, Tyler, thousands of fans from across the country are here to support the Michigan Wolverines, even some people from our local viewing area. We caught up with one guy originally from Lambertville, Michigan. This is what he had to say about his team in the national championship.
It's phenomenal. I remember the last championship in '97, so long ago, and then we had the downtime. Harbaugh's finally got him back on top. I'm so happy that they're here. Our family's just gone nuts since we found out we were coming. Yeah, it's amazing. Michigan's back where they belong.
Meanwhile, both head coaches spoke to the media Sunday morning. Jim Harbaugh took questions about his future with the team. Harbaugh not saying one way or the other about the direction he's headed, but said his message to the team is about what it would mean to be national champions.
My message to our guys is going to be play as hard as you can, as fast as you can, as long as you can. And don't worry, and just go have at it. It's been a group of guys that I've had to pull them back at times. Have never had to talk them into anything, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to watch them compete, watch them have at it. That's going to be my overwhelming feeling is. Let's just go let it rip.
Fans came in from across the globe to catch the national championship. Chase introduces us to some who made the trip from Michigan and met others who came from much further away. And it's been years, so there's reason to be excited.
This is a moment that is 26 years in the making. Michigan back in a national title race for the first time since 1998. I cannot believe it. We are down here in Houston with a few hours to go before the game kicks off. You can see some of the seats are already starting to fill in with the band and people here, and just there's a ton of excitement around NRG right now. Thousands of fans are going to be pouring into this stadium right now. They've been making their way from all over the world. We've seen fans from Asia, from Europe. We met one guy at our hotel who actually drove here to Houston from Toledo. Of course, people from back home are here. We met one guy from Lambertville, just over the border in Michigan. Also met a family with 3 generations of Michigan students, and they're all connected in their love for the Maize and Blue.
Yeah, so my whole family's Michigan fans. My grandfather, my uncle, season ticket holders. Been, going to Michigan games since I was like 5 years old. I took my boys this time there for their first game this year against Indiana, and now we're at the national championship. It couldn't get any better.
We've been there before. Okay, I started when Bo did in '69, and we were number 1 in '71. I went to the Rose Bowl and said, so this is the second time around for us. It's cool,
but
be back.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime trip for us.
And if you're from Southeast Michigan, you have a lot to be excited for because not only are the Michigan Wolverines in the national championship, but the Lions are in the playoffs now.
Fans making the trip, Tyler found some Lions faithful bringing the pride to Houston, and there's even a tie to the Browns.
But the crazy part is that the Browns will actually be playing on this field Saturday to open up their playoffs against the Texans. Now, there hasn't been a whole lot of Cleveland support that we've seen this weekend, but there has been a roar from Detroit. Many Lions fans have been making the trip south, or made the trip south rather, to cheer on their favorite NFL team and their favorite college team. Really the best of both worlds if you're a fan of football in the state of Michigan. Wolverines playing for a national championship tonight. Lions will host a playoff game on Sunday against the Rams.
I mean, for Lions, there's no doubt this is the best time in my lifetime to be a Lions fan. Reasonable chance of winning a home playoff game. You know, it's been a long, long time. Even the refs hopefully can't take that away this time.
Super Bowl for sure.
Super Bowl all the way.
All the way. It's going to be. I think we could make the Super Bowl. It's very possible. It's going to be a tough way to get there, but we can do it. We can do it. You know.
We'll be traveling to Vegas next.
Yeah, Vegas.
We've heard it all week long, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and the fans are certainly soaking it up.
The national spotlight was on the Wolverines in that national championship game, but Chase Bachman shows us that spotlight might have been focused a bit on Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh and his Michigan Wolverines are going to be fighting for a national championship. Jim Harbaugh has obviously been a huge talking point for the Wolverines. NFL regular season wrapping up last night. There's been a ton of talk about whether or not he would take a head coaching job in the NFL. But Harbaugh is not giving anything away about his future, just what it would mean to leave a national championship legacy.
It would mean so much. I mean, it would, for our players, you know, for them to know what it's like to be champions, you know, just be simply referred to as national champions, and for their parents to have their son be a champion, a national champion, for their grandparents to have a grandson, for their brothers and sisters to have a brother who's a grandson. What it would mean to me, you know, for my kids to know their dad is a national champion, and for my parents and for my brother and my sister.
Jim Harbaugh and his staff arriving on the sidelines right now from Houston. Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
No doubt excitement in Ann Arbor, excitement here in Northwest Ohio and the rest of Southeast Michigan, and excitement in Houston. Once again, Tyler Segerman.
It is extremely energetic because the anticipation for this matchup is just one that is so special, because you got number one versus number two, Wolverines undefeated and looking to remain perfect or finish the season perfect on this year. Now, all weekend we've heard how excited Jim Harbaugh and his players have been, but what about the fans? Wolverines coming in a great form here down to Houston, while our Chase Bachman caught up with a pair of them in a pretty unique setting. Check it out.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Brent and Bernie, and you guys are playing games right now at Playoff Fans Central. Can I just ask you, how is it playing video games? You're playing Michigan versus Michigan. What's it like?
Yeah, we'll love playing the game. Excited for EA to come out with a new one. We couldn't agree on who was going to be Michigan, so we just shared it.
Yeah, can't have Washington winning this weekend, so it's got to be two Michigans up there.
Right.
You guys, tell me about your journey to get to Houston. Did you guys fly in recently? Like, what was kind of the journey to get here to Houston?
I was at the Rose Bowl. I've been at all three playoff games that Michigan played in. If they lost a third time, I don't know what I would have done, but I just came in from LA yesterday, and I hope the luck ride's going forward. And you?
I just flew in yesterday morning, from Baltimore to here. It's been great. Really like Houston so far.
What would be a better experience for you guys than Michigan winning a national championship?
Oh, nothing. Man, we grew up in Ann Arbor. Yeah. We've been going to the game since we were little kids.
Absolutely
it would be amazing.
We're so happy to have you here.
Oh, Junior Hemingway for the touchdown.
I do love Junior Hemingway, though. So
another
cool.
classic Michigan player. Yeah. Love these guys, yeah.
Woo! I got cooked.
All right, we're going to keep this party rolling. I'm going to throw it back to you, reporting from downtown Houston. Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
You've seen it over the last 20 minutes or so. This game was huge for the Wolverines, but it meant so much to the fans. Chase Bachman introduces us to another group representing the Maize and Blue all the way in Houston.
We are at the parking lot outside NRG Stadium, and as you can see behind me, the flag, we are clearly in Michigan Wolverines territory. I'm here with Essie, Barb, and Brian. They're here from Rochester Hills, Michigan. They have made it all the way to Houston. How excited are you guys to finally be here? It's finally game day, and Michigan is playing in the national championship.
Very excited. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully they play well, and we walk away with a W.
Yeah, very excited. We've been season ticket holders for 20 years, so we're just excited to be here after the Rose Bowl.
This is the Natty. Jim Harbaugh has been building for this for 3 years. We're very pumped, looking forward to a good game.
Absolutely. You guys, I'm sure, what was the journey like down here? Did you fly? Did you drive? What was it like to get down to Houston? What's the journey? Tell me about that.
I actually stay down here right now, so
Okay.
yeah, so this is backyard here for me.
So how exciting is it for it to just be right in your backyard? I mean, it can't be a better, it's got to be like destiny, right?
Yeah, it's a dream come true for, the first one I've been to, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, we flew down here on Saturday, and we've enjoyed a bunch of the sights and restaurants here. We just love it. We've been able to catch up with one of our closest friends, so it's been great.
Yeah, it's been great. We drove to the Big Ten championship game. We flew to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl, and now we're here for the third leg for Michigan to win a national championship, flying into Houston. Houston's been fantastic.
Michigan's been perfect this year, 14-0. What makes it the perfect season tonight? What has to happen?
Control the line of scrimmage, walk away with the W.
Yeah, we just need to win and finish this.
Love it. No turnovers, and Michigan wins the game.
I'm going to throw it back to you, but for now, reporting from Houston, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
The fans never lost faith. Chief photojournalist Paul Kwapik traveled to the M-Den in Ann Arbor to share some of that support with the Wolverines.
So the M-Den, we're the official retailer for U of M athletics. We're about taking care of the Michigan fan base and making sure that every Michigan fan goes to the game, watch the game wherever they're going to be at in fresh gear.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going. So that's what I'm here, getting a couple shirts so I can go down there.
Can't wait. I think we're going to win it all.
Very exciting. We were this close to going.
So I have no doubt we're going to win on Monday. And I'm going to the game to watch.
This is our booby prize. We're going to get some fun clothes and get ready for the game.
Yes, Anne's going to the game.
Yeah, we're football fans.
We don't know much, though.
We're not.
Like, not a lot at all.
No.
But we enjoy it. It's fun that Michigan's so good.
I'm excited. I've been watching all the games, playing FanDuel on it, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the game, win some more money. Blake Corum's been doing me right. So
Listen, it's been a really, really good week.
Need another couple touchdowns, Blake.
I mean, ever since we beat Alabama, the Michigan fans have been just ecstatic.
It's great that they beat Alabama because they're this huge football dynasty. It's great that we took them down. That's a good confidence boost.
I think beating Alabama was definitely a big step since, like SEC, a lot of people think they're better, but we showed that we can beat them.
Yeah. I don't really know what's going to happen on Monday. I think it'll go well.
Yeah.
We have good confidence in our team, but like we said, I don't really know anything.
It's awesome.
One more to go. As a university, can't be more proud.
I think Michigan's going to win. I think it'll be close. I'm going to say like 30-23 maybe.
Well, you know who I think is going to win.
Well, obviously, Michigan's going to be the winner. I'm not good at predicting scores.
I'm with her. She's the bigger sports fan.
Well, Michigan win. Obviously, we have to do that.
Absolutely.
And what's like football
No
number?
idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Like how the numbers go.
I have no prediction. I'm just watching.
Like, would it be
What's
like
the spread? Maybe a 3-point spread.
Michigan the winner. The score, I don't have a prediction for the score.
Can't say what the score is, but I'll think we'll have it by at least a possession.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to pick Michigan, of course.
Okay.
Yeah?
I don't even know that. Yeah.
A
That would be
3-point
great.
spread. Dad's going to kill us.
Yeah.
The message to the team, just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
I think play our hardest. We've made it this far. Win it all. Show them what the Wolverines can do. Who's got it better than us?
They just need to go out there and leave it all out on the field. They got it.
Go blue.
Go blue.
Yeah, go blue.
Yeah.
I didn't know she loved being on TV.
I didn't know either.
And all that faith culminated into this. Fans flocked to Dick's Sporting Goods at the Franklin Park Mall moments after the Wolverines won that national championship. The store opened up right after the game and fans came out.
This doesn't happen very often, so when you get the opportunity to win a national championship, win a Super Bowl, you got to just take it all in and experience it to the fullest.
It's a national champ hat. Can't go wrong with that right there.
There's no way I was going to fall asleep after that game.
The hype, the people, everybody out. Bragging rights?
A Toledo-born Michigan coach at that. Just won a national championship.
A great run for the Wolverines of Michigan. 15-0, a national championship, a third straight win over the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now it's time for some well-deserved celebrating. For WTOL 11 Sports, I'm Noelle Blumel.